What's going on, everyone? My name is Iceman. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry, my hair's all disgusting and shit, I know. I figured I'd just finish the last video off. Well, what you're seeing right now is a day later than what you just saw, so I'm just adding this to the end because it's not going to be, shouldn't be too long. But anyways, what I'm going to do is finish up the GoPro Hero 3 Plus series. I'm going to finish that up. You had to unscrew or get the housing out of. You'll see. So let's just get started here. So I'm going to show you how to take the GoPro out of the waterproof housing and put it into the skeleton housing. And also, you obviously see my tripod here. I actually don't know how to use it, but to be quite honest with you, but got this. I'm going to show you how to transfer files to and from the GoPro. And lastly, I would teach you guys the remote control and how to use the Wi-Fi. It's interesting actually because, okay, there we go. Like I have the remote control for the GoPro. I have the remote control accessory, but for the longest time I couldn't find the cable for it. This is the cable, and you can buy more of these if needed, but I actually found this finally in a very hidden place, in my closet and stuff. So when I found this, I couldn't for the life of me find the original box that the GoPro came in, and I would look through the entire fucking apartment. Literally, I looked through the entire apartment, every box, everything, and I couldn't find the original box that this came in. And it turns out that I hid it in my closet in a very weird place, and when I found it, it's like, oh yeah, because what I did, my whole purpose, once I found it, I remembered why. I remembered why it was, in that hidden place. I remember that my sole purpose was to hide it, so that a thief would not look for it, and if they were looking for it, chances are, they'd probably have a 10% chance of actually finding it, because it wasn't in a place that anyone would look at all. And back then when I put the box there, I had the idea. The idea was to make it extremely difficult to find for a thief. Okay? To make it very difficult for a thief, hide it in a place where a thief would not look. And me trying to find it was almost impossible. So I was always wondering if it was a good place to put the box, and it took me like 2 days to find it. It took me 2 full days to find the thing. So I found out firsthand how well my my secrecy had worked because it fooled me. I'm the one who put it there, and it fooled me. I fooled my own ass. Okay, so it was quite funny, but I'm glad I found this. But anyways, and that's for this. So I'll show you how to use this. But first thing I'm going to do is show you guys how to plug. We already know how to charge the GoPro. So I'm going to set that up. I know how to charge the GoPro. I'm going to now teach you guys how to transfer files to and from. Right, so here's the GoPro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out, as always, you know. I'm going to take the thing out over here, and you guys already know how to do this. Okay, so here's the GoPro. I'm going to open up the door on the side here. So this is transferring files to and from your computer. So once you record shit, once you record stuff or take pictures, how to transfer the files from the GoPro, from your card to the computer. So you do not need to take the card out. You can if you wish. My MSI has a adapter, a micro SD card adapter slot, which is pretty nice. So I can take the card out and put it in the adapter and then put it in the slot if I wish, or I can just transfer it straight from the GoPro so you can keep it in. So most people need to just keep it in, so just keep it in. And I'm not using the manual or anything for this because I've done this before, so I know exactly how to do this. So plug this in, as you know. So just put this in here and act like you're charging the thing. So take this, take this end, and put it in a USB port in the computer. Alright, so this is actually really nice. Alright, so what you do to transfer files, I believe this is USB 2.0, 3.0 compatible, so I'm going to show you the light turn on again. Okay, so here's the Hero 3. Okay, and you just put this into the USB port like so. I try to get my hand out of the way if all possible. It's going to be a little tricky here. Okay, let me just get this started. There we go. Alright, so it's in there, and just push it in. Light goes on. Alright, means it's charging. Now, it's in the computer, but you might realize that if you go to the actual settings on your computer, if you go to the here, let me switch here. Alright, you guys can see fine. Disregard this here. So you can see lights on, all that stuff, right? So if you go to this PC, well, if you go to my computer or whatever, okay, you're gonna notice nothing pops up. What you have to do to actually sync the stuff is you need to turn on the GoPro. So just turn it on, and you'll notice when you turn it on, you'll notice two things. You'll notice this screen here will start showing a look, you'll see. So let me just turn it on and you'll see. Alright, you see what just happened there? Hero 3 Plus Black Edition just popped up. And you'll notice on the screen here, I don't know if you can actually see it. Hold on, let me look. Alright, so it says, so it shows the battery, right? It's the screen is switching between battery and the battery and the cable symbols, What this means is that the battery is fully charged. You can see that the battery is fully charged, but on the screen here it shows the little USB symbol. What this means is it's syncing. It's able to be synced. The data is able to be synced to your computer. So Q3 Plus Black Edition, just press this, okay? Now you have external memory, okay? So I have 5.75 gigabytes free of 14.8, okay? So just double click this, and what I have to stress is do not delete. Do not delete any file. Do not even delete this. So right click, do not delete. This, do not delete. At all. Do not delete. Because it can fuck up your card. And the thing is the reality is this: not only are you able to see files like photos and videos from your GoPro card, from the card, this you can also see, manipulate the GoPro itself here. So do not delete this. Do not delete any of this. You can delete the photos and videos, but do not. What's this? Alright, this is a corrupted file. I'm going to get rid of this. I am going to get rid of this. You have to be careful because I think, I don't know, you just do not delete. If you're going to delete anything, delete your images or whatever, okay? And DCIM and 100 GoPro, do not rename. Do not rename. Can't stress that enough. It's not worth risking anything, okay? I don't even know what I have in here, to be quite honest. But this is how you sync stuff, okay? So what you do is, so you just turn on the GoPro, and then if you want to sync something, I don't know, let's just pick something. I don't know what any of this is, but if you want to transfer this to your computer, just either click and hold, drag to your desktop or wherever else, and then let go. Boom. Or you can, if you want, cut and paste, but I do not recommend that. Normally you should just copy, right click, copy, or the control key on your keyboard and C for copy. Control C, and I believe it's called Command on a Mac. I'm not entirely sure. I'm terrible at Macs, but anyways, so right click, copy, and I'm not sure if you can put images on the card, but I would not recommend that because why do that, you know? So just right click, copy, and right click, paste. Do not paste shortcut because that's not going to work. It will paste, if you do this, it's going to paste a shortcut to this, a direct link to this. So once you disconnect your GoPro, you will not, that's not the file, it's just a link. So again, what I do, I did this. So right click, copy, right click, paste, or Control V on the keyboard. And it says copy and replace, don't copy. I'm just going to copy and replace. So that file is transferred, and you do the same thing. What the hell? Ooh, I almost lost my little door there. So you do the same thing for everything. If you want to just do all of them, you can either just Control A to select all, right click, copy, and then go to wherever you want, and then right click, paste. Or a better thing to do is right click, copy the folder, and then right click, paste the folder. Now, if you're going to do the folder, do not cut the folder and paste it. Do not do that. Leave it the way it is, copy, and then paste. Okay, that's what you do. So once you're done with all that, you can do one of two and apparently you can use the GoPro during this time, but you can do one of two things. You can either turn off the GoPro. You can either just turn off the GoPro and it will stop syncing, like so. I'm going to turn it off. And it's gone. Okay. And you can see it's still charging and the screen went off. Or you can just disconnect the cable, but I do not recommend this at all. I do not recommend this. And while you're copying a file or a video, while you're copying a photo or video to your computer, if it's taking a while, do not turn off the GoPro and do not disconnect the cable, whatever you do, because that could corrupt things. So be very careful with that. So I cannot stress that enough. But the other way to do it is to just disconnect the cable here. But I don't recommend that because you are no longer charging as well. And if you really want to, you can, and that brings up another thing, you can just have the GoPro off and plug it in to charge it. Or you can turn it on first. And turn it on first and then connect the cable. Okay. But I would recommend honestly turning off the GoPro and then disconnecting the cable. Alright. That's how you do that. That's how you transfer files, and as you can, and I'm gonna delete this because I really. Oh, devices either stop responding or is disconnect. Okay, yeah, see, you gotta be careful with that. So I'm gonna delete this because I do not want this. In fact, I'm actually going to format my card here, so I'll show you what happens, and that's actually a good thing to do. So I'm gonna show you guys what it's like to format your card on this GoPro. So let me switch back to the actual the webcam. So hold on. Right, there you go. All right, so take the camera, put it back here. Right, so here's the camera. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you guys what it's like to actually format things, or to format the entire card. So let me put this door on. Let me put this door back on just for now. Okay. So turn it on. So they were saying be careful with formatting the card and all that crap, right? But I'm going to show you what it's like to actually format the card. Turn it on. Okay. So once it's turned on, go to settings. Go all the way to the delete. This. Okay. Normally, so on default it says cancel, because this is not really what you want to do, you know, unless you really want to do this. So you hit cancel. Well, you can hit cancel. And with the GoPro, unfortunately, you can't choose. You cannot choose a specific file to delete. It's either deleting the very last thing you did, or formatting the entire card. So if you do not transfer your files from your SD card to your computer first, and then if you do not transfer those files and you format your card, you will lose everything on that card. So if you go on a trip or something, or you're on like a sport bike, or you're doing you're riding a dirt bike in a motocross race or something like that, and you record all of it, if you just format, you will delete everything. So I cannot stress enough, back up your shit first. So you can either delete the very last thing you did by doing that, and by default it says no or yes. By default it's highlighted no. And if you want to delete the last thing, select yes, and then press the top button. Right, okay. So it's deleted the last file. What I'm going to do now is format. So I'm okay formatting all this stuff, because none of this stuff on here is really anything I care about. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to first show you guys these numbers here. Okay, look, 99, right? So I have 99 pictures on this thing. So keep note of these numbers here. When I format this card, these numbers will go up. Oh, actually no, sorry. This counter will return to 0. And it says 1167. Okay, so that means that I can take 1167 more photos before I run out of space on the SD card. So watch those numbers. This number is going to change to 0. This number is going to be raised to a number. I don't know what it is, but going to be raised way higher than it actually is right now, after I format. So just take note of these numbers. And similarly, video mode, I have 7 videos on this thing. Okay, take note of the settings too. 720 at 60 FPS. I have 7 videos, and at this setting, at these quality settings, I can take a maximum of 50 minutes and 29 seconds of video before I completely run out of space. So take note of these numbers: 7 for the video, 50 minutes and 29 seconds. Okay, this counter will return to 0, so it would be 0 videos. This counter, or this number, this amount will go up to like an hour, probably 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours, meaning I could take, basically I'm going to be wiping my entire card, so there's nothing on it at all. So that's why I want to show you this stuff first. Let me hold it like this. Settings. Alright, delete. Okay. So last thing I did was I delete the last. So yes. Okay. Now I'm going to format, and it says delete all. Okay, no is selected by default. But so what's going to happen is a few things when I delete this. So you just do this to select it. When I press the top button, if I'm here and I press the top button, I'm okay. But if I select this and I press the top button right now, if I press this top button, everything will be wiped and deleted completely. So when I press this, it's going to delete everything on the card. Everything. As I've already explained. When I press this, I believe the top light is going to, I believe all the status lights will flash, but what's going to happen is when I press this red status light here will flash and continue to flash until it has finished formatting the card. Now it might take a little bit of time, but usually it takes like 5 seconds, for me anyway. So, depends how full the card is. So when I press this, the red light here is going to blink, and it's going to continue blinking, and the screen will show a trash can. And as it's doing that, as it's showing that, don't do anything to your GoPro. Let it sit, let it delete. Okay, so without further ado, let's delete all this stuff. So I'm gonna press the top button here, and once I press it, there's no going back. So transfer your files first, unless you really don't give a shit about anything on there. Which, to be quite honest, right now I don't care about anything that's on there because I don't even know what it is. So I'm just going to delete it all, just to show you what it's like to format. So top button, let's press it. Okay, so it's already done. It formatted that quickly. Exit. Check it out. See, the counter is 0, meaning there's nothing else on here anymore. It's all deleted. Check this out. The bottom number is 2330. That means with a completely empty SD card, I can take 2330 photos on this SD card with 16 gigabytes of space before I run out of space at 7 megapixels medium. Okay, look at the video now. 720 at 60, 0 videos on here. It's gone. And here it says 1H40. What that means is 1 hour 40 minutes. So with 720p at 60 fps, I can take 1 hour and 40 minutes of continuous video before I completely run out of space. Okay, so that's how that works. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is connect the GoPro back to the computer just to show you that it is indeed erased and formatted. Oops. Alright, you ready? Let's do it. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Alright, take the door off. Now the GoPro is already on, and that's okay. All you need to do, in this case, is just connect the USB, as you saw before. Alright, hold on, let me just do this. Oh shit, I moved the camera. Sorry guys, I did not mean to do that. Alright, this in. Alright, okay, so that means it's charging, okay? That means it's charging when it goes up like that. And the top thing means it's ready to sync. So let me go back to the display for you guys. Alright, we're good to go. So now look, if I go to this, go to my GoPro, check it out. external memory, it's pretty much 14.8 free of 14.8. It has been formatted, except for this. If I go, and do not delete this stuff, this is what I'm talking about, do not delete it. DCIM, nothing in here. Folder empty. Okay. Everything was erased. I just want to show that, okay? Everything has been erased, so be careful. But I'm okay with erasing everything. Alright. And I'm not sure if you can eject this safely. It doesn't look like you can, so the best thing to do is just turn off the GoPro. Just like that, okay? And you're good to go. Alright. And then you can just let it charge if you want, or you can disconnect this, which I'm gonna do. Undo this. And I'm gonna go back to the webcam here. Alright, so here's the GoPro. It's off. Let's put this back. There you go. Okay. Alright, that's how you do all that. So, first thing I'm going to show you. Actually, let me put this back, put the cable back, because I don't need it anymore. Oh, and I forgot to say, I'm getting a macro lens for the Hero 3 Plus here, and my new Hero 6. A macro lens is one thing about the GoPro is that it's because the wide angle lens and the aperture and the set f-stop and all that shit, the aperture size and all that, because of that, and it being wide angle and all that, everything is always in focus on the GoPro. There's no change of depth of field. You can't change the depth of field on the GoPro. What you would need to do that though, like you can't just do it on the GoPro. You would need to either, there's a hack you can do which voids the warranty. You basically pop this off and then you twist the lens. Don't do that, guys, come on now. Do not do that. You'll risk destroying your fucking lens. Don't do that, come on now. I'm surprised people think that's a good idea, and you know, I've seen videos of it, and you know, it works to a certain extent, but many people in the comments are like, dude, I don't understand, you know, this is very irritating, my GoPro, it broke, or it doesn't work anymore, or whatever. I mean, you're messing with the camera itself, so it's the probability of it breaking when you're popping this off and twisting the lens and all that crap, it's not designed for that. So doing that can break your GoPro. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Hold on, where is this? It's pretty obvious. So you might see videos on how to hack it and all that crap. Don't do that, guys. Just get a macro lens for it. That's all you need. They can be a little expensive, but if anything, you can make your own if you wish. You know, even for me, technically I'm pretty poor here, and I mean like really poor. I'm struggling right now, shall we say? Okay, I know what it's like to not have money, like at all. I know what it's like, trust me. It's not fun. And I don't mean, you know, being able to buy it but wanting to go cheap. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not that type of guy. I'm all about quality. Why do you think I have a top of the line MSI computer here? I'm all about quality and efficiency and professionalism. I'm not about cheap, ever. So you know, I try to go the smart route if I can. So I'm about quality only. Quality, efficiency, and professionalism. So, in a professional route, you would buy a macro lens, and they can be expensive. Like the one for the Hero 6 Black is like $50. The one for this is like $30. So that's easily $80. And that is kind of expensive, I will admit. But that's worth it. Just save up for it, you know? Don't just... I mean, if you really want to do it yourself, fine, do that. But, I mean... like, even when you do it yourself, you still have to buy some stuff. You still need to buy a lens, and then you need to buy transparent rolling tape and all that crap, and you need to set things up correctly. And it's like, instead of doing it yourself, just buy one, you know, so it's all done for you. Anyways, with that out of the way, what was I gonna do? Yeah, that's right. So I'm getting 2 macro lenses here. So I will have shallow depth of field, so that way I can zoom. I can get subjects really close on this camera, and the background would be blurry. So that's the reason for that. Okay, so in reality, you can change the depth of field. You just need to pay a little bit. Unfortunately, it is unfortunate. I would say that it is unfortunate. I totally understand that, but the reality is, guys, with professionalism, you know, if you want to get the good stuff, you have to pay. This is the way it is. I mean, there's no way to change that, unfortunately. I mean, I understand, but it's just like, I mean, come on now. Don't always go the cheap route. It's not the smartest, or it's not the wisest thing to do, and it's also not the most efficient either. When you buy cheap stuff, they're the things that break and not work well. So anyways, didn't mean to go on a little rant about that, but so put that back. Okay. So we're almost done here. The next thing I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm actually gonna put this in a separate video here. I'm not gonna add it in. I'm gonna put this in a separate vid. So anyways, what you want to do, it's kind of hard to tell if it's clear or not. Anyways, so you already know how to take this out, right? Actually, I didn't need to take this out of here. Hold on, I can put it right back in. I don't need to do this. Alright. So it's back in, right? Okay. So, this thing here. Let me loosen it a little bit. This is a stand, okay? This thing is a stand. So, we are in the waterproof housing right now. I have the skeleton housing. The skeleton housing is not waterproof at all. It's very useful for, you know, making sure you can hear things. And stuff. So that's what the skeleton housing is for. Taking it off is very easy to do. Way easier than the waterproof. So you just pop it off just like that, very easy, and this comes off really easy, just like that. Okay, skeleton housing, boom, easy. This is a little bit trickier, of course, but okay, let's say you want to take the camera and put it into this housing. And actually, now I think about it, I do need to take the camera out. So first thing I'm going to do is take it out of the waterproof housing. Close it back up. No need to keep it open. Take the skeleton housing. Here's the camera. Open the skeleton housing up. Put the camera in here. This time. Close the skeleton housing. Boom. We're good. You are good. Okay. So one thing you're going to notice, there's a problem here. If I do this and I let go, you know, there's no stand on this, you know, there's no stand on this bitch. So this thing's not like, it's kind of, it looks like it's lacking something, right? What's it lacking? In essence, it's lacking this part, the black part on the bottom. It says GoPro there. This is the stand. So what you need to do is you need to take this off and put it here. However, I do have another stand for this. I do have another stand for this, so I can have two stands. But I'm just going to show you what it's like to get rid of this stand, take it off of this, and just put it on this. Now, frankly, once I take it off of this one, and I put it here, the waterproof housing is not going to have a stand. But that's okay for now, because I'm trying to demonstrate something here. So, what you do, this part here is a screw, okay? So all you do is righty tighty lefty loosey, okay? So essentially what that means, if you don't know what righty tighty lefty loosey means, basically what that means is you turn it clockwise, so this way, and it tightens. You turn it counterclockwise, you turn it this way to loosen it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. Boom. And then you just, once it's loose, just do that. And you can see here, if I do the same, this screw is starting to show. And once it does that, just pull it straight up. This is the screw. Do not lose these. If you do lose them, there's replacements, don't worry, but it's not wise to lose them, you know. And after that, the screw's out, just pull this right out. Just pull the waterproof house. So hold this at the base, just like this, and just pull straight up. That's all you need to do. Boom, it's off. And here's the stand right here. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah. A little tricky sometimes, but yeah. So this is the stand here, and here's the screw. So what you do now is, where's this go down? Ah, there it is. Okay, what you do is you don't put it on this way. Like, you don't put it on, here, I'll just do this real quick. Don't put it on like this, because that's backwards. Okay? Essentially, the easy way to tell if it's right or wrong is you want GoPro. Here, let me just do this real quick, just so you can see. You want the GoPro logo at the front. If it's at the front like this, you're fine. So what you do is you see these two little, let me get some contrast here if I can. It's really hard to do that, but okay, so you see these two little notches here? You see these two notches right here, right? Just put these straight from the top in, just like that. Just push it just a little bit, okay? And then what you do is you turn it to the side. And it might be hard to see, but what you need to do is you need to line this up. And it's a little tricky sometimes. but you need to line it up so that these holes here line up with this hole here. So I'll just get it into place, and it might take a little bit of tweaking. That's how you do that. So it's in line pretty much, and then what you do is you take the screw. Let me do it this way. Because without the screw, you can just pull this right off. So you don't want that. Hold on, let me put it back. Alright, and one thing you need to do, well actually, so you do not have to, you're not required to position the camera first and then put the screw in, but you are required to position the camera before you completely tighten it. I'll show you what I mean. Where's the hole? Alright, so I'm just going to put this in here. Where is it? There it is. This is really hard to show. I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry if the camera is not, if this is like not professional here. I apologize. Here, let me zoom it in more. Alright, there we go. So just put this in here, in the hole, just like that, all the way in. And I'm just gonna, oops, sorry. Fuck, I touched the lens. God damn it. And instead of going this way, counterclockwise, you go clockwise to tighten it. And what you need to do is you kind of need to push just a little bit, very lightly, just push. Very lightly, just push. And then turn it clockwise this way. So you kind of push with your index finger just a little bit, and then you turn it clockwise. And if it's working, you'll notice that this will start to get tighter just a little bit. Okay, so it's working, so it is getting tighter here. So once you start to feel some resistance, just do it a little bit more and then you're good. I cannot stress this enough. Do not. Hold on. There we go. Can't stress this enough. Do not over tighten the screw, because this is all plastic. Last thing you need to do is what's called strip the screw. Last thing you need to do is strip the screw. What that means is you basically destroy the screw. And what that means, essentially, if you strip the screw, let me just pull this out. If you strip the screw, what that essentially means. Perfect. Alright. So, you see these little, hold on. Yeah, alright. So, you see these little ridges here? These little ridges right here? It kind of goes in a spiral just a little bit, those little ridges. Those ridges, if you strip the screw, what it means is these ridges get damaged. Sometimes they will get damaged to the point where there are no more ridges. And if that happens, you can't screw anything in. And it's so damaging, it's so critical that you don't damage the screw, that if even one of these little rings, if one of these ridges gets damaged, you risk the chance of, like, let's say the very top ridge there gets damaged, the very top one. If the top one gets damaged, and everything else is okay, you can still destroy the screw, because all you need is a single ridge to be destroyed. And even just a part, you don't even need the whole ridge to be destroyed, you just need a part of it to be destroyed. Any part of it. If any part of it is stripped, you risk the entire screw being completely forever unusable, and you would need to throw it away. So that's what stripping the screw is. Essentially, you would fine tune all this. It would make this all flat, so there's no traction or anything. Okay. So do not strip the screw. If you do, then there are replacements. There are replacements for this, but still, don't strip the screw, because one, the screw is damaged, and but more importantly than the screw is the casing. Last thing you need. This is all plastic here. Oops. This is all plastic here. This is all plastic. Last thing you need to do. Alright, let me just. The last thing you guys need to do is break this and crack it. Okay, so let me just put this back on and tighten it just a little bit, just so I'm just going to show you. Okay, watch. I'll do it with one finger just so you can see. Alright, so oh no, that's not clockwise, sorry. Clockwise, this way. So I'm just doing this, okay? And you just keep doing that until you feel a little bit of resistance, and I'll tell you when I feel resistance. And you do it slowly. Alright, I'm feeling resistance now. So once you feel resistance, just tighten it just a little bit more, and then you're done. This is all plastic. Do not over tighten. Don't like you're tightening a screw. Do not do that. Do not over tighten, because one, you risk stripping the screw, and two, you risk breaking the housing and cracking it. You risk damaging it. You risk damaging the stand, and you risk damaging this part. So once you have this, just need it just a little bit snug, just a little bit. So once you feel resistance, just do maybe. So once you start feeling resistance, turn it about that much more, and you're done. So if it's here and you start to feel resistance, turn there and then you stop. So just a fraction. Do not over tighten. Can't stress this enough. And the way to tell if it's too tight is to hold the base and then do this. So try tilting the camera forward. Okay? It's snug. Okay? It's snug. It's a little tricky to do that. So if it's a little tricky to do it, then you're good. Then you're good. If it's tightened like this and it's difficult to tilt the camera back and forth, if you feel it's snug and it's tricky, and you feel resistance when you try to pull the push on it, that means that your camera is set correctly. But do not try. If you feel resistance when you're doing this, when you're trying to tilt it forward and backward, which I am, and I'm feeling resistance, when you're tilting it forward and backward like this, if you feel resistance, if you feel a lot of resistance, then you need to be very careful, because when you're tilting this, you are rubbing the plastic part of the housing around the screw, on the screw actually. So if you do that, that's a way you can strip the screw too. So if this is really tight and you do this and you force it to tilt, you can very easily strip the screw that way and destroy it from the inside. So do not do that. In rare cases, the base actually gets stuck to this because someone screws up and tightens it too much. So if you want to tilt the camera, forward and backward, do not do it when it's fully tightened, or when it's snug, I should say. If you want to tilt, sorry, headset died. If you want to tilt the camera, loosen this, so do it counterclockwise. Loosen this just so you don't feel any more resistance. That's all you need to do. Like that. Good. That's all you need to do. And then, you know, if you can do this, fine. You're good. You don't need to do anything else. Okay? That means it's loose. You still can't pull it out, but it's loose. So if it's loose like this, and it like wiggles and stuff, you can easily tilt it now. And I'm still feeling resistance, so that means it's still a little bit tight. So I'm gonna loosen it just a little more, and then it's very easy to do. Okay, so now I'm tilting it. Now the safest thing to do is to literally take the screw out. Literally take the screw out. That's the safest thing to do. Take the screw out so you don't risk stripping it at all. Tilt the camera. Check what it looks like. Check what it looks like, and then when you're done, screw it back in. But I understand that. Oh, this is not aligned. Ah, there we go. I'm just gonna tighten it just a little bit. Alright, good. Now I'm stopped. So, many people will just loosen this and then tilt this, which is okay to do. Just be careful if the screw's in there. But anyways, so that's how you tighten that. Good. So what you want is you want it tightened just enough so that if you bump it lightly, it's not gonna move. Actually, it moved. But you essentially don't want it to, you know, do that. If you tap hard, it's gonna obviously tilt. But be careful. Just be careful, guys. This is all plastic, so be careful. So now it's in the skeleton housing. Okay, that's what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this out of the skeleton housing and put it back into the waterproof housing. That's always where I have it kept. And you don't have to have the camera. Let's put this back. You're not required to have the camera in the housing to take the base off and put it on. Look, I'll show you. Camera's right here. So camera's here. I'm gonna take this out, the base off, and I can do this quickly because I've done it many times before. And then just put this aside. Here's the waterproof housing. So just put. Actually, that was backwards. Here I am doing this. But yeah. So you just put this back. Remember, you want the GoPro logo at the front, where the camera actually is. Check your alignment and make sure it's tilted the way you want it, and then put the screw in. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey, or aka clockwise equals tighten. So tighten, loosen. Alright, so I'm feeling a little bit of resistance. So a little bit more, just a fraction more. There we go. Oh yeah, that's really snug. That's a little too snug for my liking, so I'm gonna just loosen it just a little bit more. There we go. Alright. Always test it just to see, very slowly, how tight it actually is. But once you start feeling resistance, just turn it just a fraction more and you're good. Alright, so now we're back in here. Now what I'm gonna do, take the camera, put it back. Good. So that's how we do that. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys. Actually, can't believe I put it back in here already. I want to show you guys the battery pack, backup battery pack that I showed you guys before in the first vid, in the introduction. Let's open this. Here's the battery pack. It's got this dedicated case. Here's the battery pack, okay? So what you do with this, I'm not sure what some of this is. I think this means eject, so I think this is the button you use to eject the thing. I'm not entirely sure, but what you would do, I actually haven't used this thing before at all. I never even put it on, so I have no idea. But here, there we go. There we go. Right, so you see this slot here? You see this slot here? This slot, or sort of this this port. No, not port. Fuck. The connector. Sorry. This connector here is what you put on the back of the GoPro. Here, remember this? The hero port. This is the hero connector. So you would take this and put it in here. Let me show you. And I'm not sure what this button is, but all I know is this is how you would charge the thing. So it's rechargeable. This isn't an extra battery. So I'm going to take this out. Just take it out. That's all you need to do. So you need to do, and then there's the port. What you do, so you put it on this way. Put it on this way. So you just, okay, there's two things. You see this little hook on this side? It's hard to see, but this part right here, you have this part on the GoPro. So this little slot here, you need to put this side on. It's kind of like a hook. So what you do to actually put this on, you don't put it straight on. What you do is you take this end of the GoPro. See, it's like a little hook. You take this end, you put it on here like this. Okay? Like this. It's like a door. And then you just do this. You just put it over and make sure the connector lines up, and then press. Boom. And actually, it already said what the battery was. That's awesome. So the battery pack is on this now. It's a little bit heavier than before, and it's bigger. And if it's in the battery pack, I'm pretty sure that it would not fit in the case. Let's see. Let's just see. Yeah, yeah. So it's not. It doesn't work. Not on the waterproof casing. So the battery pack is on. Now I don't know how to use the battery pack. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't know how to use the battery pack. This is how you put it on. And to take it off, I can't just take this off. Hold on. Alright, so this button actually lets you check the charge status. So when I press this, let me press it again. It lets you check the charge status. Okay. So it's funny. When you take this out, all you need to do is pull back. You peel off like this from this end, the port end. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't. I was just worried because I didn't want to actually do any damage or anything like that, or risk damage to it. So That's how you put it on, take it off, okay? Now I'm going to put this back. I'm going to try to finish this up here. Okay, so now that we've learned all that, actually I'll just keep this up because I'm going to be putting this back in again when I'm done anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn right, we're going to learn the remote, okay? And this is a little stand here, I believe, for the remote. So I guess it just does this. I guess that's how it is. I don't know. So it's a little stand for it. To take the stand off, you just pull straight up. No, sorry. Hold on. Let me figure this out first. Right. Okay. So all you do is you take this end here, the bottom end, and you just kind of peel just a little bit. You just peel this back just a little bit, and then you just kind of take it out. You have to wiggle it. I actually don't remember how to do this. Alright, okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel this back just a little bit. Be careful, you can break this. So peel it back just a little bit, and then just pull the remote out at the same time, just like that. Alright. Alright, so this is the GoPro Hero remote. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is this thing? Well, it's a remote control for the GoPro. And apparently you can control up to 50 cameras. Up to 50 cameras simultaneously 600 feet away. That is fucking insane. Like, holy crap. So this is the remote. This is the regular remote. This is the traditional remote for the Hero 3 Plus and stuff. There's a new remote that has 3 buttons, and that's for the Hero 6. I do not have that. Apologies. Headset died. This is already charged. This is the remote, and it has 2 buttons. This one is the shutter select button, and this one is the power mode button. Just like on the actual GoPro, it's the same thing. And this, as you can tell, is the LCD screen. And this little light here is basically whether it's on or off, or if it's getting a signal or not, and stuff like that. So to get this to work, you need to set up the Wi-Fi on the GoPro, because this will connect to the Wi-Fi on the GoPro. So, as always, as you know, press this to turn on the Wi-Fi. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot to show you guys. You can have the Wi-Fi on. You can turn the Wi-Fi on and off with the camera off, doesn't matter. You can also have the Wi-Fi on while recording and all that. One thing you need to know though is, if you have the Wi-Fi on and you're recording, you cannot turn the Wi-Fi off while recording. You also cannot turn the Wi-Fi on if it is off while recording. So let's say you're recording something and you decide, I want to turn Wi-Fi on. You can't turn the Wi-Fi on while a recording is in progress. Similarly, like I just said, if you have Wi-Fi on, you want to turn it off, you cannot turn it off, that I know of, while recording. You have to stop the recording and then turn it off. So what I'm actually going to do is turn it on. Alright, so Wi-Fi is on, and if you press it again, nothing's going to happen, and that's a problem if it's off. So what you need to do is you actually need to turn the camera on. So what I'm going to do, and you can have the Wi-Fi off, you can turn the camera on and then turn the Wi-Fi on, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to turn the camera on. Fuck, where is it? There it is. Alright, so now what you can do is you can do one of two things. You can either press mode, go to settings, and go all the way. Hold on, let me try. Yeah, it's a little bit better quality, I think. You guys can see this just a little bit better. Where's the... Alright, I'll just do this. Alright, so... Sorry. You can either go to settings and then go all the way to Wi-Fi controls, I believe it is. Wireless controls. And then press the select button. And then you can change the settings. And then you can change the settings by pressing mode and all that. So it's either this or exit. Or you can do that, or what you can do, you don't have to go through settings or anything like that. All you need to do is, if the camera is on and the Wi-Fi is on, just press this once more. Do not hold, because you'll turn it off. You'll turn the Wi-Fi off. So just press it up. Just press it once more. Boom. If you press it once more, you'll just go straight to that screen. Just go straight to the screen. And if you press it again, you go back. But I'm going to go here, go back to this screen, and again, do mode, exit, and if you do that, you go back, straight back to this, okay? So, right now it says GoPro app, okay? If you press the select button, you can choose between one of two things. You can choose either the GoPro app, which is set right now, or you can choose, so you can either have it off. So this, you can turn the Wi-Fi off this way. So if you press this, you can turn the Wi-Fi off. Okay, first I'm gonna cancel. So obviously that just cancels. I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi off this way just to show you it works. Turn Wi-Fi off, yes or no. No, obviously will not do anything, and go back. Turn off Wi-Fi, yes. So now it says Wi-Fi off. So Wi-Fi is now off. Okay, and if you do this, it's just, nothing's gonna happen. So to turn it back on, you can either press this, and this will change, or should change. Now let's just GoPro up. Or if you turn it off, you can just do this again and go to one of these two settings, GoPro app, and then hit this. And then that means it's powering on Wi-Fi. That's what that means on the screen there. Alright, then it goes back. And if you want to go back again, just press this once. Just tap it. So, again, you have off. So again, you have off. You have Wi-Fi RC, you have GoPro app and cancel. So GoPro app is what we would do last. So this will do last. This is what it's set to right now. So Wi-Fi RC, this means Wi-Fi remote control. So in order to use this, you need to make sure Wi-Fi is on and that the GoPro is set to Wi-Fi RC here. So if anything, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to charge this thing. So this was dead for the longest time. You see this thing here on the side here? This is a key, like a key ring. It's a key and it's locked by default. So what you do is you see this little switch right here. What you have to do is you have to pull this back and then pull straight out at the same time. It's a little tricky, but I'm going to do that. So I'm going to show you how to charge it. It's very easy. So I'll do it this way. So I'm going to push down like this and then pull straight out at the same time. There we go. Now this thing's a key, and this is for like keychains and stuff like that. But it's also true that this can be used for waterproof too. So there's the slot there, and to charge this you need this cable. And now there is a way you can do it yourself if you lose one of these, but I don't recommend it. So I'm just going to take this out. Just like that. And it's small. Just like the other one, okay? So this is it here. You have USB, and then you have this weird ass motherfucker right here. Look at that connector. It's insane. So what you do is you stick one end in a USB port. One end in USB, just like so. And then you take this end, and then you stick it in here and you want the hook on this side, so you want it like this, like that, okay? So you just put this in, you have to angle it right, there we go, and then you just push straight in all the way, and don't force anything. Don't force anything. Make sure it's angled correctly, and you just push straight in, just like that. And now look. If I do this, it says remote battery, and you can see the it's charging there. Okay. So it's charging right now. To stop charging it, you just take this out. And it's locked again, so you need to press this lever down. It's really tricky doing it this way, but I'm pushing this forward, trying to. Yeah, I gotta use my fingernail here. And then you pull straight out, just like the other thing. Okay. Pushed it and it pulls straight out, just like that, and you're good. So that's how you charge the thing. Right, so we're good to go, and I usually just put this back in here, so needs to go like this. You just put it right back in, just like that, and just push straight. Boom, done. Alright, so that was how you charge the thing. Now we're going to look at exactly how to use it. So we're just gonna let's just see if it actually works. So remember, I'm gonna turn this on, Wi-Fi, and then make sure that you've selected the Wi-Fi remote control, and then connect to the current Wi-Fi remote control. So let's try this. And it shows here a symbols. It shows the red button plus the power button equals this. So what this means is pairing mode. So if you see this, if you see that, like that, what that means is what you do is you hold. Let me just turn this on first and see if it even connects. So just press this. That light goes on. Remote battery. Alright, so it's in pairing mode. So this lasts for like 3 minutes. So it's not paired. So what I'm going to do... Shit. This is very sensitive, so don't drop this. So that was bad. So I'm going to go back to the settings, Wi-Fi RC, and I'm going to turn this into pairing mode, so it's not paired. So what you do is go to Wi-Fi RC, current doesn't work, as you can see. So I'm just going to do that, go back. It's a little tricky at first. Wi-Fi remote RC. I'm going to select new, because it's not paired apparently. New. Wi-Fi RC. Okay, so this should work any second. There we go. See? You see the check mark? That means it's good. Connect and okay, so this is good here. This says connect another. This says connect. This says connect another, and what that means is, do you want to connect another camera? I want to say no. So you press the mode button, and then press the top button. And, should be good. Alright. It is now connected. And I've never actually used this thing before, so I have no idea. But, I'm pretty sure that if I change, I would do this. I know it's really hard to see the remote, but it's the same thing. I wonder if I change the mode here, will it change here? Yeah, it does. Okay, see? And similarly, oh fuck, I'm supposed to drop the damn camera. Jesus. So what I'm going to do now, this is not going to be on camera here, but what I'm going to do is that all I'm going to do is press the mode button right here, and that's all I'm going to do, and I just want to see if it actually works and changes. So I'm going to press the mode button. Beautiful, that changed. And it shows it here too, the same screen. and pressing the mode button. Okay, so that's how that works. And obviously, if you're on this mode and you press this button, you'll take a picture. And if you're on video mode, you press this, you'll be starting and stopping. So, but the cool thing about this is you can remotely turn this on and off. So if I press and hold the mode button here, you will see that this GoPro will turn off. Okay, and if I press the mode button again, oops, that was the red button. If I press the mode button again, it'll turn it on. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go, see? So, I'm going to turn it off here now. Now this says power. So, I actually don't know how to turn this off. This button? I don't know. I actually don't know what to do in this case, to be quite honest. I think I fucked this up actually, hold on. Ah, okay. So this turns on and off the remote, but it also turns on and off this, so. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off. Wi-Fi's off. Alright. So that's how you use this. The remote. Up to 600 feet of travel though, holy shit. Put this back in. Oh, I cocked this up. Oh, let me take it back out. It's supposed to be like this, so that it'd be like this. I don't know. Right, so it'll work this way too. Oh fuck, knocked over the camera. God damn it. Anyways, so that's the GoPro remote there. So that's how you use that. Now finally, I'm going to teach you guys how to use the Wi-Fi remote app, which is the coolest thing ever. And that's it, and then that's it. So now what I'm going to do is turn it back on. Alright, now I'm going to go to the Wi-Fi settings. Alright, this is Wi-Fi remote control, right? Let's switch that to GoPro app. And you can check, yes, it's GoPro app. So now what I want to show you is Wi-Fi off. The battery's dying, so I'm gonna turn this off. Now I'm gonna and now to do this you need I believe you need an account. I don't entirely remember. I think you need an account for this on the GoPro, but hold on, let me just look real quick. Turn auto off. Alright, there we go, so you can see this way better. Alright, so what you do, well, at least on this, what you do if you're on an Android, because fuck Apple, go to settings and go to Wi-Fi. Alright, I'm already connected to my home network, but whatever. Well, I don't have a home. Yeah, a fucking apartment, whatever. But anyways, my GoPro Hero 3 Plus Wi-Fi name. My GoPro Hero 3 Plus Wi-Fi name is KHX GoPro, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. But as you can see, it's KHX something. That's for damn sure. So it's KHX. If you look in here, you don't see KHX anywhere. That's because the Wi-Fi is off. Okay. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn Wi-Fi on and you will see that it will pop up. Now one thing I did read is a little bit of a bummer with the Hero 6 Black, with the GoPro Hero 6, is that they did away with the ability to name your hotspot, your Wi-Fi hotspot for the camera. So in this, you can change the name to whatever you want, but it's set in stone for the GoPro Hero 6, apparently. But anyway, so I'm going to turn this on, and you'll see that it'll pop up KHX Infinite, or KHX something, I don't know what it is. So this is searching, should pop up somewhere. KHX GoPro, see that? Okay, KHX GoPro. So this is given a hotspot right here. And of course, there's a password for it. I don't remember what my password is because it's really fucking long, but let me get that information real quick. And I will totally tell you guys what the password is, because I don't give a fuck. Alright, let's see what my password is. Holy hell. No wonder I can't remember that shit. It's like 15 characters, damn. Anyways, I'm going to plug this in and then I'll show you what it is. So all I'm going to do is just go here, click this, and then type in the password. So I'll show you what the password is after I type it. Alright, so my password for my GoPro is this, so you guys can connect to it too if you want. Haha, I tricked your asses. Hell no, I'm not showing you the actual fucking password. You'll just see that. So that's my password. You can decipher that if you wish. Good luck. Fuck, I probably shouldn't say that, but I probably should say good luck because there's probably gonna be someone out there who's like, I'm gonna figure out what it is. God damn it. I just sold myself out right there. But anyways, that's my password. Hell no, I'm not gonna show you what it actually is. But I'm gonna hit connect here. Hopefully I don't hit show password connect. And connected. See that? Connected but no internet access. The internet is unavailable with KHX GoPro. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. That's not necessary there. What you need to do is connect your GoPro here through your phone settings here, and then you can get rid of the window. You don't need it anymore. And then I'm going to swipe. I'm going to swipe this way to GoPro, which is right here. So I'm going to press this. And let me just do that. Alright, GoPro. Right? So here I am. And I haven't really used this much at all. And the good thing is, This thing creates a Wi-Fi hotspot anywhere in the world. It's its own Wi-Fi hotspot. You could not even you can be in a place where there's no cellular data, and you can connect your GoPro. So you click this. It says home, camera, media, products, etc. And obviously settings. Hit camera, and look what you see when you hit camera. Where is that? Watch. Okay, so you choose a camera. Hero 6 black, fusion, Hero 5 black, Hero whatever. Okay. I've got, roll here, Hero 3 plus 3 and 2, all the way at the bottom. So it shows you what to do. Turn your camera on, prepare your camera, continue, whatever. Okay. Continue. It says press the Wi-Fi on off button to turn on Wi-Fi. Your camera blue light will flash. Okay, I already did that. Searching. Now it's searching for the camera. It should find it though, because it should find it. Connecting. Alright, so here it says KHX GoPro. All I do is hit back. It says KHX GoPro. What you are required to do is first. No, fuck you. What you're required to do first is to connect to your GoPro through Wi-Fi first. If you don't do that, then I'll show you what happens. So I'm going to disconnect. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to disconnect, because that took forever to type in the password. Alright, so KHX GoPro is connected. If you don't connect to it through your Wi-Fi, you're not connected to your camera. You need to actually be connected to the camera. So, which it is. So it says KHX GoPro, right? Okay, first thing I'm going to say, before we do anything, is, with the Hero 3 Plus, there's a problem. Look at the back. Let me ask you a question. Do you see a display anywhere on this camera? A display that will show you exactly what your camera is looking at. A preview of what your camera is looking at. No, you don't. You don't at all. Okay. That can be that can piss you off, especially when you take shots and you think it's good and then it's crappy because you don't know what you're looking at. Luckily, the GoPro Hero app can give you a live preview of what your camera's looking at, so you're okay as long as you have a phone and stuff. So there's no display at the back, unfortunately. You can get a display for the back. It's called the OCD display backpack or something. I don't know what it is, but it's a display for the camera, and you can see exactly what you're looking at through that. I think it's like $100 or some shit. I don't know what it is, but it's a bit expensive. It's not worth it when you have a phone already. Okay, so Wi-Fi's on, camera's off. Check this out. So I'm gonna hit camera. Alright, look, camera's off. Fucking hell, sorry. Alright, camera's off. Typed in to reconnect to GoPro. Oh, it's disconnected. What the fuck? Okay, so its camera's off and it's trying to reconnect to the camera being on. But luckily, you can either turn the camera on here, or press this little power button. Boom. Check it out. Watch. Powering on. Boom. What do you think? For some reason I'm not getting a preview. I'm not sure why. Normally we would get previews. Not entirely sure what's going on. Why am I not getting a preview? It shows my battery life. It shows 2003 or whatever. Let me look at the settings here real quick. This is weird. Okay, so I decided to go to the settings and then go back. For some reason it started working, but as you can see, there's some interference for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but you can see. Check it out. This is what a preview of what my GoPro is looking at. See this? If I go to the camera here, you'll see that, okay? It's whatever my GoPro is looking at right now. Okay? Now this is shittier quality. This is shittier quality than what you will actually get. But you can, if you hit this button here, you can take a picture, you can change, you can do everything you can do on the remote, and more, actually. For one, you get a fucking preview. Two, you can just hit this button, and you can do single video, you can change the modes. Okay? And if you want to turn the camera off, come on. Powering off, camera off. And then, you can go back if you want. And the light's still flashing. And you can actually turn Wi-Fi off too, by hitting this little button right here. Camera off. Actually, no, that turned it on. Never fucking mind. So, okay, so, alright, there's two things you could do. Oh shit. Hold on. I gotta see what's going on here. Yeah, I'm turning off. Alright, so, there's two ways you can do it. Let's go back. So there's two ways you can do it. You can either, well, really, you just press the bit. You just press your camera, and that's it. And I'm going to go back. KTX GoPro has been disconnected. Whatever. It's fine. So I'm just going to close the app, and then I'm going to go back to my settings. And I will show you what happens when you turn the Wi-Fi off. So Wi-Fi, camera's off, turn the Wi-Fi off. Watch it, it'll disconnect any second. You'll see. Alright, disconnected. It says, and the KTX GoPro will actually, it says it's saved, but let me actually, hold on, let me forget this. There we go. So I accidentally saved it, but alright, see KTX, I don't know if you saw that. Here, let me do it again. Because it, look, okay, so it says KTX GoPro there, right? That will go away soon. Boom. It's gone. So even when the GoPro actually turns off, like even when you turn the Wi-Fi off here, it's still listed for a little bit longer, like 30 seconds or so. It's still listed for a little bit longer. So when this says it's off, it's not fully off yet, but it just takes about 30 seconds. So having said that, that's all good. Put this back to Opera 2. Alright guys, the Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. This is the end of it. I'll put this in a separate vid than the other one, because this is quite lengthy. Yeah, quite lengthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this away, and down the line I'm going to set up my Hero 6 Black series, which I've never used before. It's not even out of the box yet. Look, like I haven't even taken this out of the box yet, so it's literally brand new. So that's that. One thing I'm going to do is, I've decided to do, is I'm going to do a little comparison of the Hero 3 Plus Black and the Hero 6 Black when I get the chance. And that's going to be probably its own little video, you know, after the Hero 6 Black series. So I'm going to take a picture with this, maybe a 10-second video with this, and then I will do the same exact thing with the same exact settings on the Hero 6 Black and see if there's a difference, and I will show you guys. And I don't know what it's going to be. Like, I have no idea. So again, this is still in the box. I have no idea what it's gonna do, how well it's gonna be. Could be shit. No idea. But anyways, I'll figure that out. We will figure that out when those videos come. And having said that, that's it for the Hero 3 Plus Black. Now, I most likely won't be doing any more videos regarding how to use this or anything like that, because that's what this is supposed to be for. In the future, if you see this camera in the future vids, most likely there's going to be me actually using this for whatever reason. You know, if you see this in any future vids, it would probably be it's going to be in use, but I'm not going to talk about it or anything like that. That's what this series is supposed to be for. So next series will be the Hero 3 Plus Black. Hero 6 Black, and then after that series, with that series, we're gonna do the same exact shit we did with this series. Same exact thing. We're first gonna do a little introduction, and that should be way, smaller than you know, my introduction for this. It would be, taking it out and just looking at it and stuff. That will be the introduction, and then after that, we're gonna do. What do we do next? The specifications. We'll look at the specifications of the Hero 6 Black together, and then after that, we're gonna essentially look at the manual for the Hero 6 Black and see what that can do. That's probably gonna be longer than this, unfortunately, but the Hero 6 Black is essentially the manual, and then after that, it's gonna be like the technical details of it and stuff, and then after that, it's going to be if in that, yeah, after that, because that would take a long time. So during that, I'll have that one video, and then I'll have a fourth video just like this, where we're looking at the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I'm not going to be using the remote or anything like that with it. Or I may try, who knows. But I would just be checking it out. Maybe, I don't know. Probably. Just to see. And then after that, then I would do the comparison between the two. So one picture, one video, low quality settings, one picture, one video, probably 10 seconds. And then Hero 6 Black, one picture, one video, same settings as this for direct comparison. And same location, same everything. It'll probably be something really stupid and basic, like, maybe I'll just put it on the desk here and just press it or whatever. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys, but that's coming up, obviously. So that's all for this Hero 3 Plus Black edition. Great camera, love it, and we got the Hero 6 to look forward to here. So I guess stay tuned for those. I needed to get this finished up, which I did. So that's all for this part. If you liked it, smash the like button, like about it, leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.